Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you all today. Today is December the 5th of 2025. I am still in my car. I'm still being followed because the judicial system of the state of Florida, Duval County jurisdiction, which is a southern district, a lot of the officials are still trying to stop this information from coming out. So today I am coming back on to do this video to bring this awareness to the public. If you guys are watching this video, I'm asking you all to share this video all over the world. This information needs to get up to our President Donald Trump, to the White House, to the federal level where they can send the federal investigators in to investigate Duval County's jurisdiction and the obstruction of justice, the crimes that I'm alleging that have been committed on humanity as it relates to the incompetent to proceed law. Now, I'm going to take my glasses off so that you all can see that today I am alive. I am alive, I'm well, I'm in my car, I'm talking, and I am publishing this video on social media. So I want to address a few things. We're not going to do a long video due to the time restrictions that social media do allow you to speak or to present a video. But I want to jump right into it. This month, there was a media publication that came out on the news saying that the Southern District Federal Court of Jurisdiction grand jury filed indictments. I think it started in 2023. They filed these indictments towards Donald Trump. One of the charges was alleging obstruction of justice or classified documents. And so it looks like that President Trump has had an appeal done by special counsel Jack Smith. Okay, now this jurisdiction in federal court, the reason why I'm speaking out on this is because the jury of federal court has the nerve to try to indict or file charges against the president when they need to be filing charges against the state of Florida and Duval County because of these judges. In particular, I will be speaking of one judge that is being alleged of in her court, Judge Tatiana Salvador, which has a family, possible husband that is a judge, that have they call her the incompetent to proceed God in her courtroom in the state of Florida. So that means she does a lot of the incompetent to proceed rulings, citizens to mental hospitals, mental institutions, and things of that nature. So she should be well diverse of these laws regarding the Baker Act and incompetent to proceed. Now, after this video go viral, I know that the chase is probably going to up the ante. So I'm speaking out on this. I probably do need protective services around me due to all of the information that is being alleged in the 4th District of Duval County, as well as the things that are being alleged in the 5th District of Duval County. Now, my daughter and I have been working in this issue as pro se. We have reached out to many attorneys in Duval County, and they are refusing to help. They're saying that this is a conflict of interest, possibly because they know a lot of these officials, and they know this family is a big family and could possibly be very powerful. Okay? Now, what I want to say to the world, these charges, allegations, has to do with Tatiana Salvador violating the general statutes of the Baker Act in her court, not exercising the Baker law that is in place and the processes that are in place to determine a person incompetent to proceed or to be sentenced not guilty by reason of insanity, and what the penalties are around it, also including the amended orders that have been amended in that particular statute. Now, in her courtroom, there are court officials, there are public officials, there are DA officials that have been part of this coercion and obstruction in judicial documentations, fraudulent documentations in which they have fraud medical records with doctors' court records. They also had put my daughter's name on a court document with Caucasian parents. I am her mother, Rhonda V. Petty. Her father is Michael Hunter. And I don't know if this was to fraud Social Security or to general, I don't know. I'm alleging it's a possibility for when they put other parents on a mentally ill patient's court records and chart. It tells me that they are money could be distributed from Social Security funds over to that particular person whom they have appointed guardianship or parents, mother and father, to that mentally ill patient, and could be possibly receiving unwarranted government funds. So what I'm asking the federal higher court that is refusing not to look at this situation of allegations, they keep pushing it under the rug. I think the federal grand jury of the state of Southern Florida needs to prompt an investigation on the state of Florida. And if that can't work, I believe that the Trump administration and special counsels regarding obstruction of justice needs to put Duval County under and the judicial systems under investigation. My daughter was arrested due to a domestic dispute that spilled over in 2023 with her husband. During that 2023, she got incarcerated. Upon her incarceration, there were alleged charges came up against the Duval Sheriff's Department because my daughter was beaten by 3 masculine male officers, 2 to 3 male officers. She was beaten, and the times of the police report records are in contradiction because the time they said that they had booked my daughter into the Duval County Sheriff's Department, the medical records show that my daughter was actually sitting in the hospital in Duval County being examined by professional and specialized doctors to see what happened and what spiraled out of control during the domestic violence dispute. Now, I have made all alleged charges to the Duval County Sheriff's Department. Number 1, there's alleged charges in the 4th District. There's an appeals and alleged charges that me and my daughter has put into the 5th District. And also, there is headed a charge to the Florida State Hospital where my daughter went through everything, and she got not guilty by reason of insanity. And so she was the hired attorney in which the family hired worked out a deal for her to be on conditional release. And she would be going through any type of therapy out in the community. During that time, my daughter opened a business, Pinky's Cookies, in the Avenues Mall. If some of you all know about the location or came to about these cookies or bakeries from us, that's where we were located on the lower level. And she opened up her LLC and started her business doing the conditional release. During this conditional release, since the bar and all of the judicial branches in the state of Florida, they're refusing to not look at the situation, not to hold the judge, the attorneys, DAs, anyone accountable for what has happened. So this is a good old boy system to where they are pushing everything. These are federal violations. These are violations on humanity. This is obstruction and corruption of judicial statutes, of constitutional rights. This is the stuff that I am dealing with. And I have not had a federal or a civil litigation that could step up to the plate and handle this complex issue in Duval County under Governor DeSantis' administration here in the Southern District. And so as just got more medical reports, but what happened was my daughter filed a vacate a motion to request to vacate the conditional release due to the allegations of discovery of the psychiatrist, Dr. Rora, who was paid by third party. Judge Salvador did not issue a Baker's Act form, MH form. She did not issue that under the law to have it done by the Baker Act. But the attorney that was appointed to my daughter at the time hired a third party psychologist, Dr. Rora, in her establishment with her partner, and they expedited the exam in the Duval County Jail. She was paid outside of the court to enter the jail, go to the floor in the cell floor where alleged that it said that my daughter was in a particular alleged incapacitated state. Nor did the county transport my judge. The Duval County Sheriff Department did not, transport my daughter to a specialized medical facility by law, where the specialist could look and determine if what they were saying was correct or what was it. They left her in her cell, in her fetus, and this is in the report. And they never seek special medicalized attention that is required under law for my daughter. Nor did the psychiatrist, the medical fraudulent psychiatrist, Dr. Rora, ever met with my daughter at the time. She took her notes and entered it into the court of Judge Tatiana Salvador as stipulous information from staff. And the accountability on the Duval County Sheriff Department, they never moved my daughter, nor did they ever seek an ex parte from the Judicial Court, 4th District Court, which is according to the Baker Act law, to have my daughter moved to a specialized facility for specialized diagnosis to see what was going on and what made her spiral out of control during this domestic violence with her husband. Number 2, once this was entered, and my daughter did the vacate, to vacate this, which is you can do this under general law of the courts, to ask the judge to look at the allegations again and maybe vacate the situation due to negligence upon the judicial system. Judge Tatiana Salvador, she refused to do that, and she retaliated. I am alleging that she retaliated and violated the family's constitutional rights under retaliation. She manipulated and put my daughter back into detention because my daughter filed a vacate based upon the things and the allegations had already been presented to the Florida Bar Associations. There was also higher court in Atlanta, Georgia, where I did file a charge for federal, but they were not able to touch it because it has not been through the Supreme Court of Duval County. So it does have to do with jurisdiction and process. So, what happened was she threw my daughter back in detention on conditional release and threw my daughter back into incompetent to proceed. My daughter has no new crimes, no new domestic violence situations that would have warranted this. Nothing. She was running her business in the mall. But Judge Tatiana Salvador retaliated with public defender and the DA. They put her back over into the Duval Sheriff Department back in March of 2025, where she has been held and was transferred back out to the Florida State Hospital in Tallahassee. Now, upon them putting her in unlawful detention, Judge Salvador replacing her into unlawful detention, she ordered an evaluation and she turned around and reordered the evaluation with the alleged doctor that the charges and a notice to sue for malpractice had already been sent out to cease. And Judge Salvador, Tatiana Salvador, turned around and reissued the alleged doctor back on it for a re-eval. My daughter refused to do an evaluation, her to come near her due to the alleged allegations in which she has already been alleged of doing unethical and immoral medical practices, and submitted it in the Duval County judicial system, and then Judge Salvador taking it and not following out the Baker Act laws. Now, upon this, they sent from the hospital side of the Duval County Sheriff Department, they transported my daughter over to the hospital, according to the order in which the judge wanted, Judge Salvador. She went over to the hospital. In the medical records, there were several doctors sent her back and said she does not qualify for incompetent to proceed. These are medical notes that doctors noted. They kept sending her back. That doctor sent her back. The Duval County system transported. This happened in the same day. They took her back again to the hospital. The other doctor looked at it and said, she just left here. And we said that, and the note says that the doctor said that she does not qualify for incompetent to proceed. And so that doctor sent her back with the officers back to Duval County. Well, the third time they brought her back the third time, back through emergency, 3 times. One day, they brought her back. It was another doctor. In the doctor's notes, they said she's been here twice, and we've evaluated she does not qualify for the rulings of incompetent to proceed under the Baker Act. The kiosk nurse noted when Miss Petty came in that she had been here just 2 times in this day. And she said that she received an email from the Duval County Sheriff Department on the medical floor. And she put it and typed it in the medical notes. It stated that the DA that's on this case and the public defender that's on this case, she received a mail from the 4th District Court from these officials and said that we need Mrs. Simmons, the doctor, to determine her incompetent to proceed so we can send her back to Florida State Hospital. That was a retaliation. Judge Salvador and her court officials, obstruction of justice, crimes on humanity. And there's no telling how many people in this state has been subjected to this particular crime up under the Baker Act and Incompetent to Proceed Act, up under the jurisdiction in the courtroom officials in Judge Tatiana Salvador's court, the incompetent God that she so called to be, the incompetent proceed God. Now, that doctor wrote it up, put a certificate to send my daughter back to the Tallahassee, to the incompetent hospital, which is there's two parts of the Florida State mental health facility. You've got a down part, you got an up part. One deals with incompetent to proceed, the other one deals with sentencing of NGI, not guilty by reason of insanity. So, let me look at my time. Good. So what happened was, they sent her back. And the order, the last court hearing, now my daughter did not even appear to this. They ain't transport my daughter for due process for her hearings. They just got her in a cage like a damn animal, while they manipulate this injustice behind their closed doors and behind their gavels and behind their capes and behind their walls of injustice. In Judge Salvador's order, she ordered that a new evaluation from the hospital of the Florida State Hospital be done and submitted to her courtroom by October the 22nd. There was an order that came in to her desk on the October the 20th. And this came from Florida State Hospital. Now, during this time, on a recorded call from the hospital, my daughter called me. They were I am my daughter's power of attorney. The power of attorney was put in place when we did the business before she filed to vacate her case, because we didn't know if we were going to suffer some backlash from it, which we have. And so, I just got the medical records under the HIPAA law. Me and my daughter, my daughter asked for it. They didn't give it to her, so I had to do put it in paper to request that the hospital release my daughter's medical record or evaluations or diagnosis in which they have performed on my daughter and submit it to the Duval court system, because the court system would not allow me to have that particular exhibit as protected medical document to Judge Salvador. So I had to go through the hospital and request it from the physician or the psychiatrist that actually did the report of the diagnostics or her findings. Now, during this particular call, in which I noted at the time my daughter called, they were trying to get my daughter to sign a waiver of her HIPAA rights. I spoke to her and I told her, no, you don't have to sign and waive your rights of HIPAA. It is a protective act, and you don't have to do that. So she didn't sign. So there is a doctor, I'm just going to call her by her first name, that is working in the incompetent proceed hospital of Florida State Hospital. Heather had made a statement to my daughter saying that if you don't sign your rights over to waive your HIPAA rights, then I'm going to send your medical report back to back to Judge Salvador's court on the 20th, in which she requested, and I'm going to move you over to the civil side. Basically, an unauthorized sentencing that should be done when you're in trial court. And if you've been declared NGI, then a sentence takes place under law. So this is all going behind the door, behind the gavel, behind the chamber, behind Judge Salvador's black cape. This is the operations of obstruction of justice that has taken place in this city, Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County. Now, Heather did exactly what she said she was going to do, but she didn't do it. She's a coward. I'm calling her a coward because she manipulated and used another psychologist to do the report for her. The report says that another psychiatrist's name is on this report, orchestrated this medical report for Heather and the team, sent it back into the fourth jurisdiction, and Judge Salvador ruled on another fraudulent fake medical document. The document has Mrs. Hill, she evaluated Mrs. Hills. Who is Mrs. Hills, Heather? My daughter is Mrs. Simmons. And not only that, in the document, the font and the style of the writing is different, which tells me you all fraudulently fabricated another medical report. And FYI, the medical board has received alleged allegation against Dr. Roa for fraudulent medical documents by my daughter and I. So they are aware of this particular case and what's going on around this case. But this is because there are so many high officials that are corrupt, that have committed this crime against my daughter and maybe other families in the state of Florida, of Duval, Jacksonville, Florida. And everybody is pushing this on the rug because they don't want these officials exposed for their corruptions, for their injustice, their immoral acts. To take these charges upon innocent people, working Americans and families that work every day. And you all take this type of injustice towards them for your greed and your money. I don't give a damn about dying. I want justice. I've had it. I'm hurting. I want this judicial system and these officials to be held accountable for their immoral acts and their unethical practices, and going up against judicial systems and laws that have been put in place for American people. I want them in trial. I want them in the higher courts. I want them in the federal courts. We want restitution, and we want justice for what you've done, what you've imposed on my family. And these lies and corrupt documentations. You guys want to talk about, you want to indict Donald Trump? Indict your own ass. The federal government needs to indict you and hold you accountable for your actions. And you damn right I'm mad. You damn right I'm mad. Because you all think you're gonna get away with this shit and push it on the rug when you know what you've done and you still digging a pit. You retaliated, put her back, and then Heather has another doctor under the Family and Children's Services to do her fucking dirty work. But she messed up again. You got fraudulent medical reports, dear. The font ain't right. You got two different font sizes on that document again. You got two different styles of writing on the document again. Look over your document. Attorney Michael McCormick at the Florida State Hospital, I need you to pull that medical document that your medical staff just submitted back to the 4th District That is obstruction of justice. It is fraudulent medical diagnosis and reports. You can't put another patient, medical history on another patient. That's diabolical. You can't do that to create what you want, because Judge Salvador and her minions and these attorneys and these public defenders and DAs do not want to stand up and be exposed. They keep covering this up and digging a hole and keep digging a hole. Y'all can't dig no more holes. The world needs to see what has happened. And you big officials with this power and this money to pay people to hide your dirt, you will not hide this. I would die for justice. I would die that they put you guys and make you all accountable for what you have done on humanity. This is just not about me and my daughter. I fight for humanity. I fight for people that can't fight for themselves. There's probably, in this investigation, you may find other patients out there that their documents been lied and switched. They got fraudulent, unknown parents on their paperwork and receiving Social Security and government funds for them in the state hospital. I said it. I alleged it. Whoever takes this case, they may not be surprised if this shit get busted wide open. What's been going under the table? And where the money, Social Security monies for mentally ill patients, is going. Probably back in officials' hands. And back in the Duval County court system. This is an injustice. You will not hide today. No, today and forevermore. You will not continue to do this. And somebody needs to be held accountable. And out of all of these branches, you've got the branch of the sheriff department. You've got the branch of the courts, judicial system courts. You got branches of the higher court. You got branches of the Supreme Court. You got branches of the highest court of federal court. And none of you want to deal with this. You don't even want to look at it, because when you look at it, you're gonna say, these are the people we put in this place and that we gave these honorary seats to uphold justice. And they have done the unspeakable on humanity. And I hope Donald Trump get this video. Because Donald, you need to be taking their ass to the grand jury of the federal court. The Southern District of the state of Florida, for this corruption and these fucking crimes that they've put on American people. With their judges, their attorneys, their public defenders that are involved in this particular case. Launch an investigation. You might find there are more Americans that have been violated. Now, if there are families here in Jacksonville and your loved ones have been put under incompetent proceed, you appear before the Judge Salvador, you may need to pull every file out of that court system, which is your right. Look over every paperwork, go through everything, because you also may have been a victim and subjected to this crime. This is a crime. Oh yeah. This is a federal crime of injustice and obstruction of justice. And you make sure and you check it to see if your loved ones have been violated. And then you seek counsel. This may be the fucking biggest case in America. All of the stuff that has happened. This has been going on for 2 years. 2 years. It started September of 2023. I am now in December of 2025, and I have been fighting and fighting and fighting for justice. And every door, the Bar Association slammed the door in my face when I put the evidence in their face. The Fourth Judicial slams the door in my face when I submit the evidence and the statements and stuff in the court. The Fifth District knocks everything down for me and my daughter when we submitted everything in the Fifth District. Just shut it down. Received it and came back. It's not in our jurisdiction. How is not going to be in the fifth jurisdiction that's under the fourth jurisdiction? They all are under the same branch of jurisdiction. Oh, no. We can't. We attorneys. These are the attorneys. They pull up the case. No, this is a conflict of interest. So that means they know somebody that's involved in this case. Nobody wants to take this case. This is a high profile case because we're dealing with officials, corrupt officials, high profile. And this ain't no little boy shit. This is big boy, big girl shit. Yeah. And the ones that I go to, one attorney told me he don't have enough funding to run this case. He said, I ain't saying you don't have a case, Miss Petty, you and your daughter, but I don't have the funding to even run it. Other ones said they don't want to touch it. Conflicts of interest. So I'm asking the high federal government to put Duval County ass under investigation. Yeah, put these officials under investigation. Look at the case, and you charge their ass with corruption of justice. So they can take their Donald Trump indictments. Yeah. And they getting on TV making this big old public speech to the world. The southern state of Florida finally issued indictment on President Donald Trump. Oh, honey, they was proud to make that announcement. Well, I think that Donald Trump, I think your administration got the juice. Yeah, I think you got them females. They got the juice. Let her get up and say, you know what? The United States President Donald Trump of the United States of America and Homeland Security, we charge Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida, and these officials upon investigation for their wrongdoing to innocent people and citizens, and to run this shit in the judicial system and keep doing it. They keep doing it. These documents are fraud. Keep doing it. And then get up and doctoral caseworkers of Family and Children Services, you get up on a courtroom under oath and you lie. You lie under oath. The very oath that you swore your duties to serve. You get up there and lie under oath to carry this obstruction of justice out under Judge Tatiana Salvador's court. All of you. I'm talking to all of you. You will be held accountable. You're going to be held accountable in this earth, or you're going to be held accountable in the spiritual realm for this injustice. So saddle up. Saddle your horses. Because I ain't going to stop talking until justice is served on Tatiana Salvador. Yes. On Dr. Jennifer Royer. I'm not going to stop till justice served. To Aunt Stressing, public defender, I'm not going to stop till justice served. To Kate, DA, I'm not going to stop until justice served. To Heather, to Clarissa, to the hospital, to the officers that created all of those fake reports and time stamped them, and the time is in conflict with the hospital. And to you male officers that beat my daughter in the jail, you beat her? You beat my daughter Either from the hospital when you picked her up and when you transported her to be booked in, or you beat her when you got her up on that floor to the block. You beat my daughter. You 2 and 3 masculine officers, I want your badge. You don't deserve the badge. I want your badge. Because you beat my daughter. All of you beat her. And you left her there for 2 days until I bitched for you all to take my daughter back to that hospital. And FYI, when they took my daughter back to the hospital, in the medical notes, the doctor said Mrs. Simmons left the hospital in cuffs, in a wheelchair, and she didn't have no bruises. Wasn't nothing wrong with my daughter. No head injuries or fractures. But when they brought her back to that goddamn hospital, that doctor said she came back in with it. So that tell me she was in Duval County Sheriff Department's custody. You motherfuckers beat my daughter. And then you abuse her. And you lie on her. And you write all these fucking fraudulent reports to come up your dirty ass. Fuck your dirt. I am the dirt, bitch. You can bury me. Because none of you all are going to live and be able to carry this type of corruption out. None of you officials. None of you people with these positions that you have been granted in Duval County. None of you. I've got to go. It's 40:57. I want you all to share this video everywhere. I ain't begging for nobody to take my case, because whoever is gonna take this case, they gotta win. They got a fucking 2-mile long Forrest Gump goddamn miles of wins to win this shit and bring justice to this situation. So I ain't worried about that. They done dug so many holes, they can't even deny this shit. These officials have been very reckless. Very reckless in their duties and in their actions to try to hide justice and have this obstruction of justice carried out. So I'm going to get off of this. My name is Rhonda V. Petty. You can reach me at 904-304-2484, or you can reach me at 324-200-4415. If you are interested in this public announcement, this is real, going on. It's happening in real time. I've been in my car because these people done ran me off, been chasing and been trying to kill me and put a hit out on me. And I have been on the go ever since, trying to reserve my lifespan to make sure that these people be brought into justice. Federal jurisdiction with this federal grand jury that has indicted or have filed these alleged indictments against the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. Okay, so I think you all need to return the favor back to the state of Florida, and you return their own corruption back into them. You feed them the plate that they want to feed you. You turn around and feed them their plate. It's real quick. It says, who does not have sin, cast the first stone. Southern District of Florida cast the first stone against Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump, I think you need to cast the second stone back over to them. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That's the new Bible law, okay? So for all you Christians watching it, yeah, it's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That's what it is. It ain't no turn your other cheek and turn the head of injustice. It's stand up for injustice. I gotta go. I love all of you all. Get this out and get it going. This is a public issue. This is a citizen issue. A citizen's issues to redress government for the obstruction of justice. I love you guys. Oh, my email is petty3617@me.com, or you can reach me at Vantrease Fellows, VANTREASEFELLOWS003 If we have families that have been subjected to this injustice, I say get on board and maybe seek counsel to review your files, because you may still have rights under the statute of limitation. I love you guys. Goodbye.